Good evening. Police are hunting for a gunman on the Gold Coast after a shooting at Robina overnight. As a 25-year-old man recovers in hospital, detectives are investigating whether the incident is linked to bikies.
Not a normal Saturday night in suburban Robina. Dozens of police swarmed on the neighbourhood after a 25-year-old man was shot in the shoulder just after 10 p.m. and the gunman still on the loose.
We're just getting all crews to vest up.
Police searched around Robina with the help of their new eye in the sky. The victim was taken to Gold Coast Hospital and remains in a stable condition.
At this point in time, we're unaware of what caused the incident.
It's believed there was a party at the Cedarwood Crescent address when the shooting happened. Guests were questioned by police. Shotgun pellets from last night can still be seen metres across the road. Neighbours in disbelief. The incidents shocked residents who say this is usually a quiet, friendly street. The people in the house concerned, including a child, have lived there for a couple of years and generally keep to themselves.
There's one shot and we heard some screams, someone saying no, no, and then screaming. And then there were two quick succession shots after that.
It was just a lot of female screaming and the shots one after another. It's the first time I've ever heard a gunshot.
Police wouldn't comment today, but it's believed they're following possible links to bikies and are concerned about retaliation attacks. Ebony Cavallaro, 9 News.
Firefighters are amazed an overnight unit fire on the Gold Coast didn't end in tragedy. Emergency crews arrived just after 10:30 to find the Burleigh Waters complex well ablaze. One fire escape was cut by flames and smoke.
Then it just built up.
Yeah, just the smoke. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even run in to see if anyone was okay. Like, you couldn't see anything.
A 43-year-old woman was taken to hospital with burns to her face. It's believed candles may have caused the fire. An investigation is underway into a Christmas Carols fireworks display gone wrong at Strathpine overnight. As a crowd of around 10,000 people looked on, the fireworks malfunctioned, causing the roof above the Pine Rivers Park stage to catch fire.
It was all going so well. Singer Anthony Clear in full voice, his fans too. Then the real fireworks began, the 10,000-strong crowd's delight quickly turning to shock.
Oh my God. Holy hell. Get out of here right now, the place is on fire.
An extraordinary sight as the fireworks continued while the roof above the stage burned. Many expecting the fireworks to be shut down.
Can they stop that or not? They'd have to evacuate them out of there too.
My main concern was mainly for the safety of the children and all the people that were sitting on the grass area in front of it.
Fortunately, no one was hurt. An investigation is underway.
We will look to see whether or not we continue with that type of performance.
The fireworks display was to be the grand finale to the night's entertainment, but it was only a matter of minutes into the show when things started to go wrong. One of the fireworks, which was actually positioned up on the roof, it fell over, and that's what started the blaze.
I think there's a few red faces out there at the moment there. It's an unfortunate and regrettable accident.
Phil Wilmington, 9 News.
The parents of a teenage boy killed in Bali while celebrating schoolies have told of the moment they found out their son would not be coming home. Jake Flannery was electrocuted in a freak accident on what was his first overseas holiday.
Colin and Cheryl warned their son of the possible dangers of schoolies in Bali, but could never have imagined such a random tragedy.
First time overseas, I can still see him getting into the car with his backpack.
Yeah, he was all very excited to go and very happy-go-lucky kid.
Jake was electrocuted when he touched a neon sign and a metal pole as he walked past this Kuta cafe with his 2 best mates. Today, the teenagers returned to the scene, supported by Australia's Consul General in Bali. Local police reenacted the moments they watched their friend die.
They did everything that they could and they were not able to revive him.
A nearby security guard watched as Jake's friends, desperate for help, carried him into a taxi.
The ambulance came 1 hour after the boy was taken to the hospital because there was a traffic jam.
Fresh from graduating Year 12 at Gosford High School, Jake and his mates arrived in Bali 4 days ago. He sent his parents a Facebook message assuring them he was safe.
Just arrived here safely, having a great time. It's so weird and And my comment back to him was, well, I'm glad to see you're still alive.
Kuta police are now investigating whether the sign had faulty wiring, and while this construction equipment has been left in the middle of the footpath, making it so dangerous for anyone to pass through, if they do decide to lay charges, the maximum penalty for negligence causing death in Indonesia is a 5-year jail term.
Just want to bring him home. Find a nice spot for him.
In Bali, Amelia Adams, 9 News.
18 months after he was unceremoniously dumped, Kevin Rudd has issued another dire warning to Labor's rival factions. Speaking ahead of the ALP's national conference, he says the party must change or risk fading away.
A dire warning to his own party.
Our values are often lost in the mud of factional intrigue.
An attack that comes 18 months after the party removed him as Prime Minister.
Of course it's raw. Let's just be blunt about it. I'm a human being.
Kevin Rudd is calling for major reform to take power away from the factions and give it back to the rank and file, allowing members to elect the executive and national secretary.
They represent the diversity of the nation. The factions do not.
He says the risk is political obscurity.
Unless we undertake some serious organisational surgery, we end up being a third party.
Others in the party agree reform is necessary.
It's time for us to bite the bullet, modernise and democratise the party.
The opposition jumping at the chance to give Labor a serve.
This is a thinly veiled attack on the Prime Minister for tolerating a party that's run by faceless men.
This is a direct challenge to the Prime Minister.
But while the former Prime Minister says he's content with the job title Foreign Minister, soon he'll take on another title. His daughter Jess is expecting her first child in May.
Being called grandpa is something I'm not actually looking forward to.
Kerry Yaxley, 9 News.
New Zealand Prime Minister John Key has won a second term as the country's leader. Mr Key's National Party pulled 48% of the vote, while Labor suffered its worst defeat in almost a century. Redcliffe's new Seaside Village precinct opened today with a street carnival and great fanfare. It's hoped the $20 million upgrade will rejuvenate the city, but it's come at a cost to local businesses.
Welcome to the new Redcliffe. The iconic seascape hasn't changed, but the best viewing spots have.
Oh, it's beautiful now.
It took 12 months, $20 million. Now there are timber decks, wider footpaths, and for the next 2 weeks, an ice skating rink. The local mayor says the city has come of age.
A relaxing place to enjoy the Sunday afternoon or Saturday, a place to come down and do a bit of shopping.
But Redcliffe's rebirth has meant the end for some local shops. For lease signs line the main street. A year of constant digging, drilling and dust on their doorsteps took a toll.
Even the local councillor, I was in tears, asking her that, you know, I need compensation for this. You've lost me so much money.
We can't provide compensation, it's ratepayers' money.
The Retro Cafe survived but may close soon. It's been just as tough for the Redcliffe Ice Creamery.
It's really been that bad. Sorry. You know, I was quite well off before this. Now I'm flat broke and owe people money. It's just not fair.
Businesses say what will help the most is more days like today, more marketing, more promoting, anything to once again make the seaside city a place people want to visit.
See, we've got to remember that everyone stopped coming to Redcliffe. I mean, who wants to come to a construction site? So what we do is we need everyone back here now.
Ashlyn O'Connor, 9 News.
A new tourism drive on the Gold Coast is gaining momentum, hoping to attract more international visitors. It's aiming to boost the city's game fishing credentials, and as Paul Burt found, there are plenty of big fish out there.
A rare moment captured from under the water. Gracefully gliding, these marlin can swim up to 110 kilometres an hour. Bagging one of these means plenty of bragging rights, what game fishermen's dreams are made of. They've long been the jewel in the crown for tourists near Cairns, the #1 game fish in the world. But these giant marlins are found much closer than you think.
This is going to explode. The Gold Coast has known about it for such a long time. The locals here keeping it pretty much to ourselves.
That's right, just 40 kilometres off the Gold Coast, all year round. And local game fishing clubs want to turn it into the Gold Coast's next big draw card.
Oh, mate, this is going to be fantastic for tourism. I think we're only just starting to touch the top of the iceberg here.
as to how good the blue marlin fishing is here on the Gold Coast. People need to know that they can come for the beaches, they can come to the theme park, but they can come for the blue marlin as well.
The secret's out and the adrenaline pumping, the first of the day hooked within half an hour. But it takes a little longer than that to reel him in.
Mate, this is tough going. At the same time, I'm totally spent. But the exhilaration is just there. Take a look at that.
A world-class catch on our doorstep.
And this is the end result. Quality 200 plus pound, or well over 100 kilos in the new scale. But a blue marlin, this is what will bring tourism up on the Gold Coast.
The marlins are tagged and released so the fish can be tracked and conserved.
And we want everyone to be involved and get out here and just feel what we are feeling. The adrenaline rush of catching these things is unbelievable.
You never know, could even be a Commonwealth Games sport. Paul Burt, 9 News.
Still to come, can a robot unlock the secrets of Mars? And the good and bad of Christmas shopping.
It's a busy time for our shop assistants and clearly people have their gripes.
9 News, simulcast on River 949, every night at 6.
A public servant will face a Brisbane court tomorrow accused of defrauding the Premier's flood relief fund. It's alleged the 44-year-old Chelmer man falsely claimed more than $90,000. A giant robot could provide the answers to some age-old questions about life on Mars. NASA has just launched an ambitious $2.5 million mission to uncover the secrets of the red planet.
NASA doesn't fly the shuttle anymore, but today, in an old-school launch, they reclaimed their space in space with a spectacular show heading to Mars.
And liftoff, seeking clues to the planetary puzzle about life on Mars.
On top of the rocket is this. It's called the Curiosity. For years, NASA's been test driving it just outside of Los Angeles. It's the size of a small car and is due to touch down, all loaded with X-ray sensors, automated shovels and jackhammers and 3D cameras, next August. And then it starts snooping around.
The answer that we're seeking with Curiosity is to figure out if the conditions at any point in Mars history could have supported life.
No doubt there'll be plenty of fingers crossed when, in a first, it will be lowered by another disposable vehicle.
What you have is essentially this vehicle on a jetpack. And so that jetpack, or that descent stage, flies the rover down. And when we're about 30 meters off the ground, we lower the rover. And as soon as the rover hits, the jetpack cuts cord and flies away.
All going well, the Curiosity will cruise around the surface of Mars for at least 2 years. Robert Penfold, 9 News, Los Angeles.
There's been a major blow to US-Pakistan relations after 24 Pakistani soldiers were killed in a botched NATO airstrike on 2 army checkpoints in the country's northwest.
Close air support was called in the development of the tactical situation, and it is what highly likely caused Pakistan casualties.
Pakistan has retaliated by stopping NATO trucks from crossing into Afghanistan. Well, just 28 sleeps until Santa arrives, so 1,000 of his fittest helpers braved the Brisbane heat this morning, pounding the pavement for charity. Runners from all walks of life covered a 5-kilometre course around the river for the annual Variety Santa Fun Run.
Very important that we raise funds for kids who perhaps wouldn't otherwise have such a great Christmas.
About $40,000 was raised. Well, there are plenty of things we love and hate about Christmas shopping, but as Melissa Downs discovered from results of the Sunday Mail Channel 9 Christmas shopping survey, stores need to lift their service to keep shoppers happy.
It's still a month till Christmas, but groceries, not presents, are filling our trolleys.
What we note now is that consumers are tending to shop later.
Just adding to the pressure of last-minute Christmas shopping.
Too many people. The crowds are too much.
But the shop assistants are too few, according to the 9 News Sunday Mail survey. Nearly 2/3 of people said stores need to put on more staff this Christmas, with half wanting holiday staff better trained.
It's a busy time for our shop assistants and clearly people have their gripes. The number one bugbear was workers who talk among themselves while ignoring customers.
It's the make or break season, so very important that retailers address service standards across the Christmas trading period.
Some centres embracing new technology with iPhone apps.
Detail and some
centre maps. It can also provide you directions from store to store and also give you a bit of an idea around some of the offers that are out there.
Money is going to be an issue for nearly 3/4 of our respondents.
I guess it's no surprise that an overwhelming number of people said it was important to buy items on sale. In fact, it was 81%.
Still, nearly a third will spend between $200 and $500 on presents. A third, though, less than $100.
Of course, it's always hard buying for the man in your life, but before you go and splurge on something for him this Chrissy, according to our survey, a third of blokes don't want any presents at all.
Good thing the joy is in giving, not just receiving.
I just love Christmas.
Heels is next with sport, and Mitchell Johnson could be out for the summer.
Yeah, that's right, Eva. The big toe has become a big problem. We'll get the latest on Mitch shortly. A three-way playoff needed to decide the Australian PGA. And the Raw creates sporting history in style.
We use Australian iron ore to create the highest quality steel, which helps the amazing i30 achieve a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. i30, amazing day after day.
Mitchell Johnson is in doubt for the summer of cricket because of a badly infected big toe. And with 3 new pacemen called up for Thursday's Gabba test against the Black Caps, the question is who'll miss out on making their debut.
Troy Cooley's the bowling coach at Cricket's Centre of Excellence and has worked with all the new caps. Ben Cutting, Mitchell Starc and James Pattinson will fight it out for 2 of the speedster spots, and a traditional Gabba strip may mean Cutting makes the cut.
Been brought up on some good Brisbane wickets, you know how to swing and seam it up here, so no, he's going to go all right.
Home ground advantage should be fantastic. A little extra pace and bounce to the Gabba compared to around the country is pretty handy as well.
Mitchell Starc's a quick left armour, in form, unlike the misfiring Mitchell Johnson. The former bull is suffering a badly swollen big toe, with suggestions he may have a piece of metal embedded under the nail and requires summer-ending surgery.
I'm not sure about missing the whole season. He seems to come back from injury quite well. I'm not 100% sure how long it's going to take to get him back.
The Black Caps plus-size slugger Jesse Ryder smashed a world record 16 sixes in the tour match, which ended in a draw. Speaking of draws, a remarkable one in Mumbai, with India and the West Indies playing out a last-ball thriller, with the scores level after India needed just 3 off the final over.
He has to come back. And what is Ashwin doing? Ashwin has been run out.
With the wicket left, it was officially a draw, but only the second time in Test history that's happened with scores level. Ben Dobson, 9 News.
In its 100th year, the Australian PGA produced a thrilling finish with Greg Chalmers winning a 3-way playoff. Chalmers, Robert Allenby and Marcus Fraser finished at 12 under before the Australian Open champ capped off a sensational fortnight.
The final round had numerous players putting their hand up for a shot at the PGA crown. Australian Open champion Greg Chalmers came from nowhere to grab a 1-shot lead at the 17th, and Robert Allenby needed this at the last to join Chalmers at 12 under.
He's made it. Looks good. Yes, Robert Allenby.
Into a playoff, perhaps. It looked set for a 2-way playoff before Marcus Fraser waved his wand. Only a birdie at the 18th was going to get him into the title tug-of-war. And guess what?
Oh, don't tell us. Extraordinary.
They all tried to loosen up before it went to the extra holes. Chalmers v Allenby v Fraser. But what an anticlimax. Fraser found the water with his tee shot and Allenby went into the bush.
Went at that a little bit harder.
The only one not to make a mistake was Chalmers, and par was good enough to clinch his second title this year.
The occasion asks of it.
The Open and now the PGA Championship will make for a happy festive season.
No, almost like roll on Christmas, isn't it? Can't wait for Santa Claus to come.
Clinton Fletcher, 9 News.
The Brisbane Roar confirmed themselves as one of the great teams in Australian sport, crushing a hapless Perth Glory last night. A 4-0 lead by half-time all but meant that the Roar had rewritten Australian football history.
After a big night of celebrations, it seemed this morning's recovery was as much about helping clear some foggy heads as it was about aiding some aching muscles. Not that anyone could begrudge the Roar a big night out after they took their unbeaten run to 36 matches, eclipsing a 74-year-old record held by the Sydney Roosters. The pressure of the occasion last night clearly not an issue, as Berisha and fellow international striker Izzy Nakajima Farhan took the game away from the visitors. After Barisha opened the scoring, Nakajima Farhan showed the best form he has since arriving at the club, netting twice inside 10 minutes.
Should finish and does. Wonderful finish from the Canadian.
Not to be outdone, Barisha capped off a stunning first half with goal number 9 for the year, and not even missing a clear-cut shot at goal number 10 could dampen his mood.
If I will score my last goal, the number 10, so I have to sing for all the crowd. And so it was for me okay if I not score because I don't want to sing.
And the Wallabies have kicked off their shortened spring tour with a 60-11 thrashing of the Barbarians. James O'Connor made an impressive debut at 5/8 as the Wallabies ran in 8 tries to 1. They face Wales in Cardiff next Saturday. And Fiji have upset New Zealand to take out the final of the World Sevens tournament at Robina. Australia finished 4th. Dan Kosh, 9 News.
So it's a big cricket week this week, Eva.
Yeah, good luck to the Aussies. Thank you, Heels. Well, it was a hot one out there. Sylvia is next with the weather.
This weather report brought to you by Energex. This summer between 4 and 8 p.m, we can all help reduce peak demand.
Renovating's hard work, but with quality Samsung appliances, finishing the job is easy. Take the Quiet Direct Drive washing machine. The motor is very quiet as it doesn't use belts or gears. And reduced vibrations means it's even more reliable. Just one example of Samsung making your life simpler. Another smart feature, the Diamond Pump. So gentle it prevents clothes from getting caught or damaged.
Good evening. Well, you may have noticed water lapping over parts of the riverbank today. That was the result of one of our biggest high tides of the year. No doubt the crowds in New Farm Park noticed the heat today thanks to dry westerly winds. We hit a top of 34 degrees in Brisbane. That's about 6 degrees above average for this time of year. Logan got to 36, 35 at Ipswich. The Redcliffe got to 30 and 30 degrees also for the Sunshine Coast. Well, a high is clearing most of the east coast at the moment, while a surface trough is bringing just a few showers to the tropics. That system will start to affect central and southern Queensland tomorrow, while warm northerlies will develop across much of the country's southeast. Adelaide will feel that heat with a top of 32 degrees tomorrow, fine and sunny, 26 degrees for Sydney, a possible shower for Melbourne and a late shower in store for Perth, 23 degrees. Back home, mostly fine conditions for Cairns and Townsville. Mackay could get some rain, and further south, possible afternoon showers for Rockhampton and Gladstone, but fine elsewhere, 31 for Bundaberg, 32 for Maryborough. Well, Monday in the southeast should be a few degrees cooler than today, thankfully. The Sunshine Coast in Caboolture will be partly cloudy, a late shower or storm for Toowoomba, and the chance of showers elsewhere, 28 degrees for the Gold and Sunshine Coasts. It's looking fairly calm on the bay tomorrow, winds to 15 knots and seas to 0.7 of a metre. Well, in the city, we're aiming for a top of 30 degrees tomorrow. There'll be a little bit of cloud around and a possible shower or two in store. Further ahead, a couple of showers Tuesday, Wednesday before the rain hits with a possible storm Thursday. Fine again by Saturday, and by Sunday, the temperature sliding back to 25 degrees, Eva.
A nice cool change. Thanks, Sylvia. And that is our news tonight. Andrew and Melissa are back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Good night.